Hello, welcome back to the channel. Don't want to say hello, welcome back to the channel.
No?
Don't like that, it's a bit cheesy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, say whatever you want. Nobody cares. Start it today, like.
I don't know what to say. What do I say?
Say fuck it, roll VT.
Fuck it, roll me tea. Okay, so
No, you had your chance, that's it.
What do you mean?
That's it. That's the intro of your video.
No, it's not.
It is.
It really isn't.
It really is.
It really isn't.
The VT's already run now. Now you can tell them what we're gonna do.
No, it's not.
Right, tell us what we're doing today.
Okay, so we have spent the morning measuring up the kitchen area. The idea is it's going to go from the wheel arch, the middle of the wheel arch, right through to the end and just slightly over the door. We've done lots of measurements. We have double checked the measurements. We've triple checked the measurements. We've also had disagreements in between, and we're now going to cut the 8 pieces of wood that we need to create the depth of the kitchen. And then once we've done that, we can then sort out where we want things to go. We roughly know where we do want things, but we'll have to wait and see.
I have bought some workhorses because we're running out of space. We're really strapped for space and we're cutting down whole sheets that are 8x4, and we've been using the back of the van to do it, but because we've built stuff we can't do that now. So I've invested in these. They're only cheap ones. These things go up to hundreds of pounds. These were 40 quid for 2. And you just spread them out like that. Spread them out. I'll put a couple of 2x4s down the length and a piece of scrap on the top, and then we've got a table to work on. Take that.
Yep. Got it. Got it.
Drop it.
There's our nice chopped wood.
Right, we've
And action!
Have you finished? That's why our videos are too long. Right, hold it still.
Okay.
We've cut the woods down to size. So what the plan is, we are going to be starting roughly here and ending where Sam said before at the door. We're going to use these, so we've bought some birch plywood which has a nice looking edge. It's 15mm. We've got 4 full sheets of the green poplar and a load of offcuts. Apparently the kitchen, if we were to build the whole thing out of the same wood, it would take somewhere between 3 and 4 sheets. So we don't have enough green poplar to do the kitchen as a whole, and the overheads here and the overheads there, and put in the border between front and back of van. So we've had to make a choice. We're going to build the carcass of the kitchen out of this birch plywood, and we're going to leave the edge on display because it's pretty when it's sanded and oiled. So the insides of the kitchen are going to be made of this, and then the doors will be made of the poplar that'll be green. So it'll be a nice contrast between natural wood on the inside that'll be oiled and the green on the outside. What we're thinking is leave the edge on display and have the doors in line inside the cabinet. We're not actually sure how to do that, that's just what we want to do. So the initial idea is there'll be a board there, 2 boards here, so 1 on each side of each cabinet, if that makes sense. Another 2 here. How many sections are we having? 4. 4 sections. So 1 on the end, 2,
2,
2,
and 1. But the green on the outside is the last
2,
one.
2. No?
No.
And what? 2, 2. Yeah. 3 lots of 2. That's 4. And 1 on each end.
Yeah.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 3 lots of 2, which is 4 separate cabinets. 1 on the end of each. And then at the very end of here, to cover it up, although I am quite now thinking I like the look of the birch. What we were going to do was put a green piece on the end as a face.
Oh, I hate the way shit changes.
Well, it's just because we think on the spot and then you change your mind. Whatever. There might be a green piece on the end, right? So, carcass-wise, it's 2 of these joined together, 3 lots of that, and then 1 singles on the end. So essentially we've got 3 cabinets all stuck together. Inside the cabinets, we don't know if we're going to have drawers, shelves, what, but we can decide that later. And then there's the tabletop to go on. Have we covered everything?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so we need to cut the space out of these for the wheel arch. We also need to cut in I think you call it a kickboard, so your feet can slide underneath a couple of inch. And then obviously there'll be plumbing and electrics going in here somewhere, but I'm thinking we can do the holes for that later on when we know where everything's going. I can't think of anything else. I think we've covered everything. So right now we'll sort the kickboard out, the gap for the kickboard, we'll cut the wheel arch in, and then we just need some spacers and connectors, little strips in between each that'll connect everything with pocket holes. And we can just record all that, but fast forward through it so you don't get bored. Are you okay?
I built my own tent. Trying to work out how much of this I need.
And this is the way to do it?
I tell you what, it's going to be fucking brilliant. I'm telling you right now.
Okay, we've cut all the pieces that are going to go in between to create the spacers and the connectors. We've put it in place, all the boards, and we've looked at it and we have completely changed our minds because it's massive at the end of the day. The kitchen is massive. There's 4 cupboards. We've overlapped the door, which is what we initially spoke about from day one. However, when we come in and we look at it, it makes everything feel a bit cramped. Where we're going to sit and have a table there, it's taken away that space as well. So we've just had a massive discussion, and what we've decided is to lose the end cupboard.
Yeah.
And what we think is replace that with a flap out, what do you call it, countertop. So you've got the extra space if we need it. But down there, where the cupboard would have been, we're thinking about building another seat, small low seat with some storage under it for our dirty boots and things like that. Because when we come in from a hike or a walk, there's nowhere currently, if we have the kitchen the way we wanted it, to put any dirty boots. So Sam came up with the idea of doing that, and I think that's going to be amazing. It also saves us the trouble of trying to figure out the back of the kitchen that would be on display if the door opened and stuff like that. We've gone through the space that we think we will need, and we think that the 3 units, the 3 cabinet spaces, are going to be plenty. So, you know, this is what you do. You put stuff in and then you test it and you think, oh shit, that's crap.
We also thought about making the cupboard slightly larger and bringing it to the end of the wall, the kitchen wall. However, if we do that, then the door space that we haven't cut yet, but the door space becomes slightly larger, which means then when it opens, it potentially will hit the shower. So
we
actually, I'm
made
just
it-
going to keep it
Yeah.
as it is.
We made them this big so that the door wouldn't hit. If we affect that now, then we're pushing boundaries a little bit. So, yeah, I think what we've discussed is going to be a good idea. Just have the 3 cabinets, and I think that should be good.
We're on the trip
Where are you going?
on the road
Yeah, but where?
to the shop.
Which shop's that?
To my favourite shop.
Which one's your favourite shop?
Lord!
The bakery that I keep telling you to stop spending all your money in?
Yep.
Is that where you're going?
Yep.
Every week?
Yep. Does it feel you?
It empties me in another way.
When you bite into
bank
it,
account.
when you bite into it, how happy are you?
Very.
Very. That's all I need to know.
What you've spent in that bakery, we could have built a second van.
Really?
No.
No.
Right, listen, we've put one together. We've put one cabinet together. That's going to go roughly there and sit there. We are freaking out a little bit because we've tried our best. I mean, we're not...
Andy's freaking out a little bit.
Freaking out. We've tried our best to make everything square, which is the theme of this build. Obviously, there's a little bit of movement, so it's difficult to say if we have or haven't 100% got it square. What we're thinking is once everything's together, once the 3 cabinets are together and we join them, we'll pay attention to it being square when we join them, and then hopefully it's all in the right place. So 2 more. Let's go. Right, we've got the 3 cabinets in. We've clamped everything together, lined it up so that it's flush, and we have done our best to get it as square as possible in the door frames, which we can't get it any better. There's a little bit of movement if we need it, but when we come to fit it against the wall and into the floor, we'll do it again and readjust. So we need to connect the 2 centres together so that it's all one unit. To do that, I'm just using these little... I don't know what the proper term for them is because I couldn't find them on like Toolstation or anything, but I just searched cabinet connectors in Amazon and they came up and they're the right size for what I need. So that's what I'm calling them. There's a link in the description. But essentially you drill a hole through the 2 pieces, a barrel goes through a screw barrel, and then the screw end connects in and screws in and tightens it all together. If that doesn't make sense, then there's a picture of them on Amazon. So yeah, we're going to try and decide where to put these screws just so that they're not going to be anywhere near where we think there's a shelf or a drawer going. I don't know, 4 in each side and that'll do. Right, that's done. So essentially, that's one unit now. Everything's joined together. Only thing left to do now is the face of the foot plate down the bottom, which will act as the front of the front shelf of the base. I don't know how to explain that. So I'm going to get this out there because I'm going to tip it onto its front and fasten it in with pocket holes. And then we've just got to cut a couple of pieces for the bottom. I think that's it, and then that's job done. So let's get this out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go.
Just wait a sec. Just slide it. That's fine.
Yeah?
I think we're done. I actually think we're done. I'm really happy. Really, really happy. Let me show you the inside. So the two battens across the top are in. I've put the battens in the bottom, and then the shelf. Obviously, we've got the what do you call it, wheel arch. So we'll have to figure something out for that. I don't know what's going in here yet, but we'll work it out. Shelf in there in the bottom, shelf on the bottom there, shelf on the bottom there. Just need the top and all the extras, sink, electric, all that jazz. Very happy. Right guys, I think that is it for another video. We're not fixing this in place just yet for the simple reason that I'm not 100% sure where the electrics, the plumbing and the, what do you call it, the heating duct is going to go. So I don't want to fit it in just yet and then regret it later where it could have been easier just to be able to move it. So I'll work all that out later on and then we'll fit it. But it's just a case of we've got pocket holes ready in the bottom, and we'll use a few L brackets in the back where there's a metal beam behind, and that'll be it done. So this is obviously only part one of the kitchen, is the carcass. We've still got the top to put on, the front and the drawers, whatever. We haven't actually decided where the drawers or doors are going to go yet. So that's still to be decided. But I just wanted to get this done so then we can start working on things like electric and plumbing and heating and get everything in place. This being in place also means that we can start thinking about flooring, because other than the box seat that we decided to put in, there's nothing else going on the floor, so it just means other jobs can start getting ticked off. Right, that is enough for me talking. Thank you very much for watching. All the comments that you leave are very, very grateful. Please like and share, subscribe, whatever, you know the score. I will see you in the next video.